At the RDU airport, security lines are often long, people waiting to go through the TSA screening process, taking off their shoes and jackets, unpacking their electronic gadgets, making sure their liquids fit in a small Ziploc bag. But if you look through the frosted glass over on the side, you'll see others with their baggage going around that entire passenger screening process, walking right into the secure area. The I-Team went undercover at RDU to investigate. Here's the view from inside the secure area. You can clearly see their direct path around the screening machines.
Oh, it's ridiculous. It's almost like we have forgotten the lessons of September 11, 2001. The motto became every person, every time for security. And because we don't know who the terrorists may be targeting, we don't know who may pose a danger.
The I-Team also traveled to New York City, and in the shadow of the 9/11 terrorist attacks at LaGuardia Airport, this is what we captured on our undercover camera. Pilots and flight attendants entering the secure gate area through the exit, entirely bypassing all the screening machines and rolling their suitcases unchecked into the area where the rest of us have been thoroughly checked.
We're creating a risk where it's just not necessary to have one.
When I started asking people how they were able to do this, I discovered something called the Known Crew Member Program. Flight crew members get to sidestep the normal passenger screening process by flashing a badge like this and talking to a TSA agent. The TSA says it gets a real-time positive verification and validation of each crew member's status as an active airline employee. Mary Schiavo is a former DOT Inspector General and now an aviation attorney in Charleston.
I think a lot of people are going to hear about this and say, wait a minute, I can't even take a sealed bottle of water through the TSA checkpoint, and these people are going right by without getting their bags checked at all.
That's right, and there's no reason for it, really. This system is a huge loophole in the security system, and I think people will be stunned to know that it exists and that they're allowed to roll through or to access the sterile area with no security whatsoever is alarming.
The Known Crew Member Program is in place at 60 airports across the country. The TSA says pilots and flight attendants have entered airports this way more than 31 million times, and it's never been a problem.
And the Airline Pilots Association says the program is a vital component to a multi-layered security screening process that allows the TSA to refocus security resources, increase efficiency in security screenings, and significantly reduce wait times in security lines for pilots and the traveling public. But Mary Schiavo points to cases where crew members have cleared psychological and security screening by their airlines and later caused problems, like Germanwings pilot Andreas Lubitz, who deliberately crashed an Airbus into the French Alps in March, killing 150 people. And Clayton Osbon, the JetBlue captain who left the cockpit in the midst of a mid-air meltdown and had to be restrained and locked out of the cockpit. And Steven Slater, the JetBlue flight attendant who cursed out the passengers, grabbed a beer, and jumped out the emergency exit at the JFK airport.
Can you imagine if they had weapons or contraband and they had a mental episode on a plane? I'm scared to think of what might have happened.
Mary Schiavo thinks it's fine for working flight crew members to go to the front of the TSA line, but she thinks allowing them to bypass the screening machines, like the I-Team captured on camera at RDU and at LaGuardia, is a huge flaw in aviation security. She points out the TSA also allows crew members out of uniform to use the program. And she says this is less screening than before 9/11.
You could also say that, things worked perfectly before September 11, 2001. So just because no one has taken advantage of the loopholes yet doesn't mean that they won't. I think there hasn't been a loss of life that anyone has documented, and I don't want to wait for that.